Aloha, my friends. This is Billy Wiggly coming at you live from the Ninth Island, Las Vegas, Nevada. Woohoo! How's everybody doing so far today? You staying positive? You focusing on nothing but the goodness around you? You enjoying the very moment that you're in right now? Yes, live in the moment. We don't know what's going to happen in an hour, so live in the moment and focus on the positives of that moment. Just like this. Check it out. When we left off on Friday, on Aloha Friday, I said I'm going to come back on Monday. Well, it's Tuesday, and this is the Mondayest Tuesday I've ever experienced before. And I guess because yesterday, Monday, was Labor Day here in the USA, which is officially the ending of summer. And so yesterday, which was Monday, felt like a Sunday. So today, which is Tuesday, feels like the Mondayest Tuesday ever. So here we go. Take a look right here. We were learning how to write formulas the right way because maybe you've never used Excel, or maybe you're struggling with Excel, or maybe you want to learn Excel, or maybe you've been using Excel for 20 years and you're still struggling. It's okay. It happens to all of us. I'm always struggling. You can watch these live streams and watch me struggle all the time. I'm not going to struggle to write this formula, though. What we want to do is continue on with what we were learning on Friday. And we learned how to write a formula that includes the prices, including the tax, plus the shipping. So it's the prices times tax plus shipping. Don't tax the shipping. And we did that. We said equals. Equals is a command, and we command Excel because we rule Excel. We're the commanders of Excel. Excel, do this. That's an equal sign. Excel, do this. Excel, do this. And then we reference what we want. We don't say the number 12 times 8.25% plus and so forth. No, we use what's called cell referencing, and that's the power of Excel. So go back to the video from Friday where I explain cell referencing. So equals whatever's in this cell times whatever's in that cell plus whatever's in this cell plus the shipping. So this right here is the tax rate. And then this right here is the tax rate plus the price. And then all together, that's the price, including the tax, plus the shipping. And now you're excited. You're saying, hey, we did this on Friday. Why am I watching you today? Well, because of where we left off. So now we double click on the autofill handle. Remember, that's called the autofill handle. Yeah, you've been using Excel for 15 years and you didn't know that's called the autofill handle. You've been saying, hey, grab that little thingy. It's okay. It's okay. Now we're just going to double click. What do you mean? What do I mean? Double click. Yeah, double click, click, click. Psh, copies everything down. You mean you've been actually grabbing it and copying it down like this for 1,000 rows? No wonder you hate Excel. Check it out. Double click on the autofill handle. Click, click, bam. And there you go. You copy it on down. It's 1,000 rows right here. 1,000 rows that we just copied that formula on down. And that formula happens to be the wrong formula. That formula is wrong. And here's where your brains come in. See, Excel is very intelligent. And Excel will do whatever you tell it to do real fast, real good. So if you tell Excel to do the wrong thing, it's going to do the wrong thing real fast, real good. Excel doesn't think. It doesn't say, hey, here's your answer, but I don't think this is what you were really looking for. That formula is correct. The result is wrong. That's why Excel is called the world's most dangerous program. So you've said to yourself, hey, look, you know what? I'm just going to delete that row. Nobody will know. Okay. So I'm going to press Ctrl minus. You got to listen up because I'm always teaching you all kinds of little shortcuts while I'm teaching you shortcuts. So Ctrl minus removes that row, and then boom, we're like, yay, but what happened? Now we got a reference error right here. Oh, come on. So you know what? I'm going to fix it. I'm just going to delete this row. Nobody will know. What's a shortcut to delete a row or column once you've selected it? I'll say that slower. What's the shortcut, the keyboard shortcut to remove a row or a column after you've selected them? Put it in the chat. Control minus. That's right. Boom. The reference error is gone, and then there it is again. Woo, 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 woo. You know what? I don't need Excel. We're done. We can just go get a job that doesn't require Excel. Guess what? There's a lot of jobs that require Excel. Almost every job at some point needs Excel. So here you go. I'm going to show you how to fix it. And then yesterday, on Friday, I showed you how to fix it. I just pressed one button. I pressed enter. And then I double click on the autofill handle, click, click, and there we are. We're fixed. And what happens when you do something good in Excel? Angels. You hear angels. So did y'all see what I did? I mean, it even looks like everything's correct over here. Look at that. That's nice. Let's take a look at the formula. Here's what I did. I anchored. Okay? Anchoring. And that's the problem that you're running into. So let's say that I'm going to duplicate this sheet. Watch. I'm going to go right ahead and duplicate this sheet. I'm going to, this is the active tab right here. And what I'm going to go right ahead and do is I'm going to duplicate it. So the pointer is right on it. Now I'm going to right click on my mouse, and now you'll see, oops, excuse me. I'm going to left click on my mouse, left click to grab that. All right, come on. Why am I having? I'm grouped. Hey, sometimes that happens, especially in this particular workbook that I'm working in. I run into issues a lot of times. So let me close it. It's because I've done way too many crazy things. Oh, look, now it's gonna let me. Oh, cool. Check it out. So a lot of times, or sometimes something will happen in Excel and you just got to close it and open it back up. And I've got all kinds of bugs in this particular workbook. And I like for it to crash on a regular basis because sometimes I need for it to crash so that you can see that we don't get mad. We get skills always in Excel. So let me left click again, and now it's working properly. You see that I've got that little sheet, and then you see that black upside down triangle. That's my insertion point. Okay, when I press down the Control key, watch how that turns into a plus. You see that? Look right here. Look right there at the sheet that the pointer is holding. Right here. When I press the Control key, you see how it gets a plus? Okay, so that means I'm gonna make a copy of it. Right here, without pressing Control, I'm moving it. You see how I just moved it? I'm gonna move left click, move it back before the auto sum. What I'm gonna do is duplicate it. I'm gonna press the Control key. I'm gonna left click, press the Control key, and I'm gonna duplicate it right next to it. And then I'm gonna release. And now it's duplicating for me right there. And there's 1,000 rows of data right here. And I've got a lot of things running on my computer right now. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, let me just go right ahead and select from here down. And I'm going to press Control minus to remove all that, just like that. I'm going to take out one more here, Control minus. Boom, there we go. And so now let's go ahead and, let me leave it like this. Let's just go ahead and redo this. Take out. We want to calculate the total, which is the prices, including the tax plus the shipping. Don't tax the shipping. So we said, Excel, do this. Do A4 times B1 tax rate plus the price plus the shipping. There you go. Now we press enter, and then we double click on the autofill handle, click, click, and then we have this problem. And the problem, we know it's because of relative cell referencing. Here we have B1, And then when we double click on the next formula, we see that now the B1 has shifted down to B2. So this answer right here, the answer is correct, but the formula is wrong. And here we got a value error, which means we have conflicting values. And when we look at the formula, we'll see that what we have right here is we have a value, two different kinds of values. This value is a number and this value is text. So you can't multiply numbers times letters. Can you? I can't, and Excel can't either. So that's why we get this error message, conflicting values. So let me go ahead and show you all of my formulas. I'm going to open up the Ctrl plus tilde, and what that does is it shows our formulas. Ctrl tilde shows formulas. Let's go to our formulas tab real quick here, and you'll see in the formula auditing group there is a show formulas tool, also known as a command nowadays, because we're merging with we want Apple users to come into our world, so we're making it easier for you Mac users. Control tilde shows you our formulas. So let's go ahead and press Control tilde, and there we see all our formulas, and we see that we've got B1, B2, B3. So the way to manually fix that is you would just go right in here and you would say, okay, that's supposed to be B1, enter, and then this one right here is, now watch my cell reference right here. It's going to just move right up when I fix it right there. So let me go back to B1, press enter. You see how it moved? See the cell reference? It's now up here. It was down here on B3. And now I press enter and we can say angels, because everything is correct now. When we look at our formulas, they are all referencing B1. But yeah, that's cool. But some of you are thinking, hey, Billy, what about when you have 1,000 rows like this? Are you going to go through and B1, B1, B1 all the way? No. What we did is we used what are called anchors right here. And what that did is it anchored our cell reference. So everything else was relative. Let's go all the way down here. You see, we're still referencing B1. All of the other references remained relative. Only this one remained absolute, anchored. All right, so let me go back and show you how we do an absolute cell reference. To do an absolute cell reference, they're called anchors. It makes sense. Think about it. Let's say you're on a boat and you're on a lake. I'm on a boat right here. And I like this view. I see your beautiful face. You're a beautiful person. I see you. I see you. And you're smart and you're intelligent and you rock and you don't get mad. You get skills. And I'm on a boat. I'm waving at you because I'm so proud of you and all the learning. And then the current begins to move me away. So I'm like, yo, hey. I want to stay right here. What do I do to my boat so that it doesn't drift away? Put it in the chat. And if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe. Woohoo! I said it finally. All right. So what do we do if we don't want to drift away? What must we do with our boat? We must anchor it. And anchors in Excel are dollar signs. So I'm going to put an anchor right before the column. And that means that this reference is going to go up and down this column, but it will not move to any, or it's going to go up and down this column, but it won't move to any other column. Okay, so let's say now I'm going to anchor the row. And now that means that this cell reference is not going to move to any other column or any other row. It's going to stay right here. It's going to remain anchored. In other words, that cell reference will be absolute. In this case, we could have just anchored the column and we're fine. But, actually, no. We want to anchor the column and the row because we don't want to move away from, we don't want to move up and down the column. We want to stay in that row. So this right there is correct. So we've anchored the column and the row. We press enter. And let me go right ahead and remove This was B2. Whoops. Let's remove this anchor real fast. Watch this. Da, da, da. Boom. Enter. Double click on my autofill handle. There we got our error right there. Okay. And this one is incorrect also. So here we go. We got an anchor. So let me show you how we're going to go ahead and anchor as we rewrite this formula. Because we don't want to go to something like this and have to go into every cell and anchor. So here we go. Let me give you the shortcut to anchor. Equals A4 times B1. Here it is. To anchor, the shortcut is F4. So you got to remember, F4 is your friend. From now on, for the rest of your Excel career, until Excel changes this, there may be a day when we don't even need to anchor anymore. Excel will just know. Who knows? There's already programs, AI programs, where you can just tell Excel what you're looking to solve, and Excel will write the formula for you. But you still got to understand the basics of Excel, because you're not going to know if that formula is right or not. So F4 is your friend. Remember that. F4 to anchor. And now watch this. So we're going to say equals. Here we go. Equals A4 times B1. And now to anchor B1, we must press F4. Look at that. The moment I pressed F4, it anchored. Now here's a quick tip for you. Every time you press F4, your anchor will move, because as you get more experience writing formulas, maybe you only need to anchor the row or the column, but not both. 99.9% of the time, I just anchor both. Hey, Dipankar, how are you? Aloha. Thank you for joining us. I bet you use F4. So here I go, F4 one more time. Now only the row is anchored. That means it won't move to another row, but it will stay in that column. I press F4 again. That means the column is anchored. We won't go to any other column. It will move up and down through the rows. F4 again, it removes it. In this case, press F4 one more time, and we're going to anchor the column and the row. And here we go. Continue on. Now we're going to add back the price. Then we're going to add the shipping, and then we're going to press enter, and then we're going to double click on the autofill handle, and we're going to hear angels, because we got it right. So you see, anchoring, it's your friend. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to delete all these formulas. I'll go right back up here, and I'm going to remove the anchor from this formula. So I'll press F4, 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 remove it. I'm going to double click to copy the formula down. We know it's wrong. Look at all these numbers. These are all wrong. And suddenly you wanted to fix it, and you realize, oh, I forgot to anchor. Now we don't need to go manually B1, 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 B1. We can just press F4. You got it. And now we press enter. Pay attention to all these numbers, okay? Now let's go ahead and double click on the autofill handle. Click, click. All right. And that's how you do it, my friends. So check it out. It's never too late to get yourself some skills. So I recommend that you stay tuned, because this site is not ready yet. It will be ready tomorrow, and I'm going to start sharing with you the 7 steps to Excel success. And the first class, the introduction, is going to be free for you. Day 1, here's what we're going to learn. Day 2, here's what we're going to learn. Day 3, calculations. This right here, the most important 2 days of the 7 steps of Excel success are the intro and calculations. Are you liking what you're learning? There's a whole lot more of that where we came from. My friend, it's been a pleasure teaching you. And most of all, remember, don't get mad, get skills. Aloha.